Hello everybody, how are you guys? Something came to mind that I wanted to talk a little bit about, because we mentioned just in a previous video earlier today about the West Virginia wars. And if you remember, a few days ago we were talking about the Ohio-Pennsylvania skirmishes. How Pennsylvania wanted their state to extend all the way to Indiana. But Ohio said, they disagreed, and of course they went into years-long battles. And one of the contentions from Ohio, and this is little discussed in the history books, was they didn't want to ruin the well-known cheer performed by students from Ohio State University. And if you don't know what I mean, if you ever go to an Ohio State football game, out of the blue, and it will scare the heck out of you if you've never heard it, one side of the stadium, and you're talking, that stadium holds like 300,000 people. One side of the stadium will go OH, and it's usually fueled by several adult refreshments. And the other side goes IO, and it spells out Ohio. And that's cool. College football's full of traditions and stuff. And that would have been fine, maybe. But what happened is the students, and we don't know really what year this started. It's probably the 1830, 1840, right in there. And the students started forming the word Ohio by 4 drunk students standing. The first one creates an O with their arms, and the second one creates an H. The third one creates the I, and then of course the fourth one, who's usually the drunkest of them all, they form the fourth O. And then photography became a reality, and these drunk Ohio State students started taking pictures of themselves forming this word with their bodies all over the world. And so during the Ohio-Pennsylvania conflict, when Pennsylvania wanted to absorb Ohio and make it Pennsylvania, basically is what it was. One of Ohio's contentions was, when they were talking to the president about this situation and how to end the war, they said to the president, they said, look, if Pennsylvania takes over Ohio and wants to make Ohio State University into some kind of hybrid called Ohio-Pennsylvania State University, something like that, that's way too many letters for the chant. You'd be in the stadium and these drunk students would go O-H, and the other side of the stadium would go I-O. Then you'd hear P-E, right? And the other side would go N-N. And the other side is starting to get tired now from too many shots of tequila, and they go S-Y, and it would just die out. It wouldn't have the same impact. And not only that, the students would have to travel in groups of like 50 students in order to spell out Ohio, Pennsylvania when they make their goofy words with their bodies. And not only that, in those days, not everybody that got into college, to be honest with you, could spell that well. And then you add the alcohol that is so common to college students. And they'd be taking pictures of Ohio, Pennsylvania State University students all over the world misspelling the name of the university. And believe it or not, this worked with the president. You know, because the president's trying to establish the credibility of the United States at that time. And if there's drunk college students all over the world in photos with misspelled Ohio, Pennsylvania State University, like if it says OHIOPINNSIL, you know, it's going to make the United States look bad. So he helped end the Ohio-Pennsylvania skirmishes, the conflict. They drew the border, and it's been that way ever since.